and the rain
5th, 2025.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And happy Cinco de Mayo to you.
Yes, happy Cinco de Mayo, Gary. Today, well, I wish I could say nicer weather. We're still going to be dealing with this nuisance rain, but at least it's not snowing out. You know, it's still
Something to look forward to.
The look outside right now on the radar, well, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit unsettled with some scattered rain showers. They're not heavy, aside from a single spot in northwestern Oneida County near Camden. The rest of the area, just some light drizzle, if that. And as this winds down throughout the morning, we could see the potential for, say, clouds, maybe a few peaks of sunshine, but overall, today looking a little bit more on the unsettled side. It is a mild start to the day today, so you don't quite need that heavy jacket this morning. We're in the mid-50s in the Mohawk Valley, only upper 40s in the North Country, and of course in downtown Utica with the overnight rain showers, everything a little damp out there early today. So as you head outside this afternoon and this evening, we'll still be tracking this on and off rain with highs in the low to mid 60s, so a seasonable high today. And coming up in the next few minutes, we'll be talking about when this rain continues. Will it end? We'll have a look at how long this weather pattern lasts. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. One person was...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 5:09, and early today, well, still dealing with some rain showers. Light rain, if that, but it's still a nuisance, and we've dealt with it pretty much all weekend long. But either way, a live look at some area cameras early this morning. Damp start, even some patchy fog in some locations. For example, Oneonta being one spot. See the fog over Hartwick College heading or facing the out in the distance towards the SUNY Oneonta campus early today. So the traffic tracker, aside from the rainfall, really no impacts expected this morning. And so just early today, expect on and off rain and some patchy fog on your morning commute. So today, a little damp, temperatures not too bad of a start. We do begin in the 50s for a lot of our area this morning, climbing into the low 60s, which is a seasonable temperature for this time of year. But again, this afternoon, it's not going to be a widespread rain. It's going to be on and off, and especially north and east of Utica. But as we had the next few days, we could see that increasing chance of rain, especially Wednesday, maybe even into Friday. We'll track the week-long trend of rain coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In Washington, lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are coming together on a topic many Americans.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 5:17, and today we'll be dealing with some on and off rain. Not a complete washout, but nuisance drizzle and rain showers mixed in with mostly cloudy skies. Live look at downtown Utica right now. The conditions a little damp out there, and you might be running into some light drizzle if you're leaving early today. In fact, the radar right now indicating that much of that rainfall is hitting that barrier of that front up north. So, for example, Camden area and a little north of there is where much of the heaviest rain is falling. Either way, nuisance light rain early today. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Now, I wish it would feel more like a early May. Well, at least temperatures not too bad for early May standards, but this nuisance rain might be a bit of a nuisance today, with temperatures in the 60s and mostly cloudy skies with on and off rain. Either way, as we look ahead to this week, here's what we're tracking. We've got this low pressure that got cut off from the jet stream. And when you have stuff like this happening, it means that it struggles to really move out of our area. The next few days, this low just kind of lingers into Wednesday, potentially even into Thursday and Friday as the backside of it sweeps through. So when it comes to rain chances, at least zooming in for the short term, we can see here that rainfall staying a little bit to the north. We dry out temporarily this afternoon, mostly cloudy skies, maybe, just maybe, a peak of sunshine here and there. But by the evening, we'll see the redevelopment of scattered rain showers, which linger overnight and into early Tuesday morning. Tuesday, same story. On and off rain, maybe a better opportunity for sunshine, especially out to the west towards Syracuse. But then that rain moves right back in again as we head into Tuesday evening and Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, starting out, mild temperatures in the 50s with some of these stubborn rain showers sweeping their way east throughout the afternoon and into the evening. So we've got a pattern here of rain. When does this end? Well, let's zoom out in a longer range pattern. So this is today, rain showers on and off. Tomorrow, rain showers on and off. Wednesday, you see what I'm getting here, rain showers on and off. Thursday, we actually could see a better chance of break of rain, but another coastal low moves in Friday, which brings, yet again, chances for rain. So bear with me the next few days, probably not the nicest of spring days, unless, of course, you're a fan of having your lawns green with all the rain we're getting. That's the silver lining here of some of these rain showers. But again, this week really not going to be too dry and not going to be too sunny. But, you know, we'll take the mild conditions, 50s and 60s. It could be colder, so we'll have that. But, yeah, it's looking a little unsettled.
Yeah, the greenest of green lawns.
Yes.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, the time right now is 5:20. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center tracking, yes, more rain. Right, Eric?
Yeah, more rain, unfortunately, but at least for today, the rain is going to be a little bit weaker and taper off, at least temporarily, in the early afternoon. Stick with the radar right now, though. We are dealing with some nuisance drizzle as we speak, and on top of that, much of that rain is staying to our north for much of the next hour or so. But either way, in your morning commute, even including in the Mohawk Valley, you might run into some of that patchy drizzle. You can see the overall trend of this rain. It's lifting north and colliding with a stationary front, which is allowing this rain to somewhat not really go away. It's just pesky. It's poking us as we're just sitting here. But either way, it's in the 50s right now. 56 in Rome, 54 in Hamilton, in the 40s up in the North Country early today. And with the current conditions being somewhat damp out there with that light drizzle, expect to use your windshield wipers and maybe keep that rain jacket handy throughout the next few hours. Either way, on and off rain today with high temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. So at least it's not cold out, but again, we're tracking those rain chances over the next couple of hours, especially into the next few days. And we'll have a look at if we do see any chance for dry weather coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump.
The Oneonta Camp is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
A damp start to your morning with some patchy fog and some nuisance rain showers. But either way, it's a mild start temperature-wise. We are waking up in the 50s for much of the Mohawk Valley and even low 50s, upper 40s in areas to the north. So not a very cold start, but either way, warming up into the 60s by this afternoon. So all you really need is just a rain jacket, if that, if you're heading out to work early today. Our photo of the day today takes us to Oriskany. This is a photo submitted of a bee landing on a nectarine tree. Amazing shot right here of the you can probably see on the top of your screen there, there's the bee, and of course the flowers there below it. Lots of blooming trees across the area. It's a beautiful scenery pretty much everywhere. And one of the great things about having 4 seasons here in central New York is that we get to see all that here in the area. So shout out to Oriskany this morning, and shout out to all of you who have been submitting your photos to our website. Again, WKTV.com/weather/pics. You can choose to include your name, remain anonymous. Either way, if you have a photo you'd like to share, be sure to share it with us if a chance to have it featured right here every day on at News Channel 2 at sunrise. Gary?
Eric, thanks. New menopause-related legislation.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. A rainy weekend, and the rain might continue for much of the day today. Well, at least here and there, we might see some opportunity for mostly cloudy skies. Either way, a live look outside in downtown Utica right now. A little damp out there, and of course, some spots waking up to some patchy fog. It's a damp continuation of the weekend, at least early today. And as we take a look at the radar here, some of this widespread rain is starting to weaken, but we're not out of the woods with rain just yet, as this moisture is still stubborn. Expect some patchy drizzle, hit or miss, with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day today. And the reason for this, we zoom out, for those of you wondering why it's been such a rainy stretch, it's a almost national scale weather pattern. We got this jet stream dipping down like a U here in the middle of the country. High pressure, nothing but sunshine in the Midwest. Rain in the Southwest, rain in the East Coast. This is a typical case of what's called an omega block, or basically a traffic jam in the atmosphere. And this low is still just remaining stubborn. It's caught in this loop of this jet stream, which isn't moving. It's just a giant traffic jam of winds in the atmosphere, and eventually this will weaken over the next couple of days, but still this low pressure is in the northeast, and it's going to take a while to actually exit our area. Either way, happy Cinco de Mayo, guys. Temperatures begin in the 50s, climbing into the 60s by this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies and, again, patchy drizzle. So here's that low pressure. As I mentioned for that omega block, it's going to move its way east and north gradually over the next few days. So because of that, we've got those rain chances through today, tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe even later on in the week as well. So we zoom into the skycast. Some on and off rain mixed in with mostly cloudy skies today. Better shot for rain tonight and early tomorrow. Then Tuesday, scattered rain showers, maybe some peaks of sunshine out west. Either way, on and off rain moves in by the evening and overnight. And then heading into Wednesday, same story. Mild start, upper 50s, low 60s, and some on and off rain and patchy drizzle. And this continues for the pretty much of the week. We've got Tuesday, unsettled on and off rain. Wednesday, on and off rain. Thursday might be our best bet for dry weather. This low pressure exits. We'll see some drying here and there, but still mostly cloudy skies. And another round of rain arrives from the southwest heading into Friday. So I wish I had better news for dry weather this week. I know a lot of you are just hoping for some sun, extended sunshine, and well, I can guarantee it's not going to be complete washout every single day. We're not going to see plenty of sunshine, unobstructed sunshine, for at least the next week or so.
We'll get it.
Yeah, well, it'll be on the way, hopefully.
Eric, thanks. Well, in Cincinnati, a sheriff
With Gary Lipitor and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Lipitor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And for those folks with some Cinco de Mayo plans later, maybe a little wet, huh?
Yeah, keep that umbrella or rain jacket handy. Again, and we're not tracking heavy rain nonstop, just some nuisance drizzle and just overall damp conditions for your Monday. Either way, it's not too bad of a start out there temperature-wise. A live look outside in those radar conditions right now. You can see, of course, the rainfall is slowly shifting north. It's tapering off a little bit. But still, you might encounter some light drizzle on your morning commute heading out to work. Either way, as I mentioned again, it's not too bad of a start temperature-wise. 50s, upper 50s in the Mohawk Valley, and mid-50s in the southern valleys, upper 40s up in Saranac Lake with some sunshine. The outlier here and what's an overall overcast and rainy central New York. Damp start here in Utica right now as well, with rainfall that rolled through over the past few hours. And again, today, high temperatures seasonable in the low 60s with on and off rain. And as you look ahead throughout the week, will this wet pattern stick around? How long will it last? Well, the latest details of that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning.
The The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Happy Monday, everyone. Time now is 6:09, and I know this weekend's been a bit rainy. It's not been the nicest one, that's for sure, but this week, unfortunately, doesn't bring with it a whole lot more opportunity for dry weather, or I should say sunshine. Yes, there'll be pockets of dry weather here and there, but at least today, nuisance drizzle and patchy fog to start your morning. Here's a look at some other locations across central New York. You can see here generally overcast skies and just some lingering fog. Traffic tracker, aside from that fog, realistically no impactful weather this morning as you head out on your morning commute. Same thing for evening commute as well. In fact, this afternoon might be a little bit more on the dry side. As you can see here, the radar, things are starting to wind down, but this won't be 100% dry over the next few hours. The low pressure is still present. It's because of that. On and off rain this morning and on and off rain expected this afternoon with high temperatures in the low 60s, so seasonable for this time of year. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In Washington, lawmakers
Swell your day. Watch for the Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast and be ready for your drive to and from work. The Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast is brought to you by the Pratt Munson College of Art and Design. Visit Pratt Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity.
Omni, we've got your back.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Time now is 6:16 on this Monday morning, and we first off take a live look at downtown Utica right now, where the rainfall is somewhat tapering off. It's not as heavy as earlier this morning, but it's also not entirely gone. We're dealing with this nuisance on and off rain throughout the day today. In fact, look at the radar. Much of that rainfall activity has shifted to the north, but still we got these pockets of drizzle and even some fog across the area early today. So if you're wondering why this past weekend has been rainy, today is looking rainy, and potentially in the near future might be looking rainy, we zoom out a little bit to the almost the national scale. We've got this jet stream dip right here. It's shaped like a U, but also it has what's called an omega block. Basically, it is this low pressure here, low pressure over here, and high pressure in the middle, and this weather pattern basically acts as a traffic jam. So normally we get this western motion of winds, and if we see rain for a few days, that low will exit, we'll get sunshine. That's the usual case here, but it's a different story as this traffic jam prevents that high pressure from moving in, so that's what keeps the weather somewhat unsettled. Either way, happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Today's temperatures peaking in the mid-60s with on and off rain, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. So I wish I could bring with it a lot more sunshine today, but still, it's trending more on the damp side, and this is why. We got that low pressure moving its way east, and it's slowly moving. Today through Wednesday, expect damp conditions with cloudy skies and on and off rain. Today, though, a little more dry, mostly cloudy. By this evening, some patchy on and off rain. Tonight, on and off rain as well. Tomorrow, maybe some peaks of sun out west. Either way, nuisance rain, hit or miss, just depends on luck of the draw. Then Wednesday, that wraparound rain moves in, probably one of our most dampest of the next few days as that low pressure eventually moves its way east. And then, of course, we zoom out, we can see what happens pretty much all week long. And we can see here, this is for Monday, today, this is for Tuesday, and then this is for Wednesday. Here's that low, begins to wrap its way around the area, push its way east. Thursday could be our driest day, still looking cloudy, and then more rain arrives in the south heading into Friday from another separate low pressure system. So when it comes to rainfall the next few days, well, it's going to be a little bit damp, just an early heads up for that, but it's not going to be bad temperature-wise, in the 60s and 50s here and there, so we could be having colder weather. So I want to look at the silver lining. It's pretty mild out, plus the lawns are going to be healthy, completely green, and that's something that we haven't had a few springs ago where the dry weather kept the lawns dry.
We're definitely green right now, that's for
Yes.
sure. Eric, thanks. Well, in Cincinnati, a sheriff's deputy was hit and killed by a driver. And now investigators are looking at whether his death may have been an active one. And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor, meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center on this Monday morning. And just like the weekend, Eric, it's a bit damp out there already this morning.
Yeah, that's right. We are tracking some areas of on and off rain this morning, as well as some cloudy skies. In fact, beyond that, we are looking at temperatures pretty mild, which is the silver lining in this whole setup here. It is in the 50s right now with still cloudy skies and that, again, on and off rain. You can see that on the radar right here as that light drizzle is moving its way north. Either way, 50s in the Mohawk Valley, 40s up in the North Country with some peaks of sunshine and otherwise an overcast start to your day today. And of course in Utica itself, the roadways a little damp this morning, and expect damp conditions along with patchy fog for much of our local area. So today, in fact, it's going to be a seasonable high in the low to mid 60s. Not too bad temperature-wise, but again, dodging some of that very light rain. We have a good shot for more rain the next few days, and will this linger all week long? We'll have the details on that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. President Trump is...
Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery in Delhi.
The Oneonta is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Patchy fog and drizzle across parts of our area early today, but we are tracking somewhat mild conditions to start your day today. In fact, look at those local temperatures. We begin this morning in the 50s for much of the area, pushing the upper 50s to low 60s as we head into this afternoon. So temperature-wise today, not too bad. Now, I wish we could see a lot more sun than we are expected to see, but it's going to be mostly cloudy with some patchy drizzle throughout much of the day today. In the meantime, we'll showcase our photo of the day today. This one takes us to Oriskany. Shout out to Oriskany this morning. A photo of a nectarine tree and a bee visiting it as well. You can catch the glimpse of it on the top of your screen right there. Amazing picture submitted to us right there. If you have a photo you'd like to submit like this one, any other spring photo, you can send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. The chance to have it featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise every weekday morning. Gary?
Police say they've stopped what could have been...
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Well, it was a rainy weekend, and will this rain continue throughout much of the week? We'll have a more detailed look at that in a few minutes, but at least early this morning, a live look at downtown Utica. It is a damp start today. Widespread rain rolled through overnight. Now, the rainfall is gradually weakening, but still some nuisance drizzle here and there is expected for much of the early morning and then eventually the late afternoon today. So the radar you can see here, some of that rain to our north, some pockets of light drizzle here in the Mohawk Valley. And today we'll be dealing with cloudy skies, but we aren't out of the woods with rain showers in the short-term forecast. The reason, let's zoom out, national scale side of things. This is the weather pattern that's influencing our local rainy pattern. We got this jet stream, a dip in it. It's a bit of a U shape. And we got low here, high pressure here, and low pressure here. So rain showers in the southwest, dry in the Midwest, and rain on the East Coast. Now, this is what's called an omega block, or in a more simpler term, a traffic jam in the atmosphere. And this is going to weaken over the next few days, but still we're on the rain side of this, and this low pressure is going to slowly move its way north and east, which will cause, of course, on and off rain chances over the next few days. Still, though, happy Cinco de Mayo. I wish I could bring more sunshine today, but still, temperature's not too bad, in the 60s with maybe some nuisance drizzle by the mid to late afternoon. Either way, this is all driven by that low pressure. Watch it slowly move its way north and east over the next few days into Tuesday, eventually Wednesday, and a little bit of a cool down heading into Wednesday afternoon, only by a few degrees though. Still, our Skycast showing temperatures in the 60s today with mostly cloudy skies, a few areas of passing drizzle. Otherwise, rain showers arrive a little bit more tonight. Then tomorrow, peaks of sunshine out west, otherwise clouds and stubborn rain showers here to the east. Then high temperatures in the 60s, followed by some on and off rainfall overnight, and then some scattered rain showers throughout the day Wednesday as that low pushes its way east outside of our region. And beyond the middle of the week, well, how does the rest of the week shape up? So still, you can see these rain chances for today, for tomorrow, and then as you head into Wednesday right here, here's those rain showers moving its way east. Our best shot for dry weather will be on Thursday as that low moves its way outside of our area and before a secondary low arrives from the south, which will bring more rain chances for Friday. So I wish I could be the bearer of sunnier news, but here we are, at least for the next few days, in the 60s with some on and off rain, then cooling down a little bit for the second half of the week, Thursday and Friday, with Thursday being the driest of the weekdays and hopefully more sun than not. It's going to be a bit cloudy the next few days, but not too bad temperature-wise.
Better days are ahead.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, President Trump says he wants to joining us. And Eric, we continue our rainy stretch from over the weekend today.
Yeah, the clouds remain stubborn. The rain showers, although tapering off for now, we aren't done with it just yet. In fact, look at the radar right now. We can see, of course, the rainfall primarily out to the east in the capital region and the east side of the Adirondacks, closer to parts of Vermont. But as we put a loop on this, we can see here it's slowly moving its way into our area again. Maybe a stray shower, but most of us remain dry for the next few hours. Either way, patchy drizzle, muggy conditions, overall just a damp afternoon here across the area on this early May day. Temperatures in the 60s, so it's not too bad temperature-wise. It could be colder, it could be a cold rain, but at least we'll take the warmth here, or at least an average temperature here across the region. Still stubborn clouds. Expect a common sight like this for much of the day today, as highs remain in the low to mid 60s with some on and off sputters of rain here and there. A decent wind from the east around 16 miles an hour. And again, we are tracking the potential of more days of rainfall in the near future. I wish I had better news regarding sunshine, but a more detailed look at this week's forecast coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Still nothing new today from
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. On this Monday, we started out with some rain showers. Those thankfully have tapered off a little bit. We get some window of dry weather here locally. A live look in Old Forge right now. Temperature of 56 degrees, a little cooler up in the North Country than it is here in the Mohawk Valley. Either way, we're still seeing those roadways slowly dry up. But again, we're not out of the woods with rain chances just yet today. You can see here on the radar, window of dry weather. Still, though, we've got that southeast to east wind that could be kicking up some more rain showers, light ones, into our area later on this afternoon and this evening. And if you're wondering what's been the cause of this just constant cloud cover and rain, we have to zoom out to the national scale. And we have pretty much, in the simpler term, a traffic jam in the atmosphere. The jet stream is dipping down and north again. You can see high pressure where there's nothing but blue skies, low pressure causing rain in the southwest, and a low pressure causing rain on the east coast. This has remained somewhat stationary, so it's basically surging into our area. Lots of rain chances, and until this low pressure finally moves its way east, until this conveyor belt of the atmosphere begins to move again, we're going to be stuck in this pattern. This, by the way, in sciencey terms is called an omega block. Either way, it's going to be difficult trying to find some sunshine the next few days. A few breaks tomorrow, especially west of Utica, and a few breaks potentially on Thursday. We're going to wait for more high-res data to come in before we lock that one in. But either way, when it comes to rainfall, possible chances again this evening. Same thing for tomorrow. Our best shot for any sort of rain will be on Wednesday. And then hopefully, our fingers are crossed that Thursday will be better, at least drier, because more rain is likely to arrive as we head into Friday. So we zoom into the Skycast here. Today, still mostly cloudy. By this evening, you can see some of those rain showers slowly creeping their way in after sunset and overnight. Tomorrow, same story. A few passing light rain showers. Again, out east, there could be some clearing, but I should say out west, by the way. With the clearing, there actually could be some rumbles of thunder and some heavier downpours, especially out towards Syracuse. So if you're heading that direction between, say, Oneida and farther out to the west, you could encounter some of those downpours, but out to the east, it's going to be a little bit more stable atmosphere-wise. Then Wednesday moves through, and that low pressure finally moves over our area. So overcast skies expected, pretty much no clearing at all, and then just mainly rain showers that will taper off by the evening. And then heading into Wednesday night, drying out a little bit. Hopefully, just hopefully, Thursday looks dry because by Friday, more rain arrives. It's a little cooler, temperatures in the 50s. And then the weekend, rain showers initially on Saturday, and then Mother's Day, maybe it could be sunny. And we're just kind of pulling those fingers crossed type things when it comes to this weather. Hopefully we get somewhat of this dry weather here with the arrival of May and eventually all those May flowers, which haven't really seen the sunshine too much yet this month. But
yeah, well, take it while we have it, and it's going to be gorgeous for a while. Watch. Eric, thanks. Now Eric Gage joins us now. And Eric, sunshine, where did it go?
It's been a while since we've seen the unobstructed sun in the sky, and it might be the case for the short term, at least for the middle of this week. But happy Cinco de Mayo, yes. Gary. It is shaping up to be a muggy and damp one out there, but at least much of the rainfall has ended. So we are still tracking the arrival of more rain showers later on this evening into tonight, but at least for much of the daytime, aside from some patchy, misty conditions, much of the area looking mainly dry. So the radar right now still looking relatively quiet. Those rain showers out to the south and to the east are slowly approaching. So those of you, say, in the easternmost portions of Otsego County and southeasternmost portions of Herkimer County, you might start seeing a shower within the hour. But still, again, today temperatures in the 60s, not too bad temperature-wise. We are tracking additional rain chances the next few days and the timing of it coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Israeli officials.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today started out rainy, but things have dried up a little bit. And this is one of our first dry stretches in about a day or so, maybe even 2 days. Throughout much of the weekend, it was a little bit rainy. Either way, Oneonta, live view right now. The one plus side to all this rain, it hasn't been terribly cold. I mean, it has been on the cooler side, but not drastically cold, which means that with this moisture, this dampness, the trees are loving it. They are getting green. Lawns are loving it. They're getting green. So if you were to add any silver lining to this unsettled pattern, that might be it. And that's what I'm trying to get at here, because of course, for the next few days, we're going to see a lot more of this on the radar than this. At least for now, it's dry, but you can see some of that moisture inching its way back up to the north and to the west again here locally. And we zoom out, and this is part of a much larger system here across the entire United States. Two low pressure centers, both one in the southeast and one in the east coast, bringing rain showers for much of those areas. Meantime, notice here where that high pressure is, you've got this window of near cloudlessness and dry weather. And this has been the case for the past few days. This traffic jam in the atmosphere, otherwise known as a mega block, is really preventing anything from really moving here. So because of that, we've got this constant pattern of clouds and rain. On the other side of it, for example, if that high pressure was over us, we'd be having 5, 6, 7 days of sunshine and not even a single drop of rain expected. So we could either have the rainy side of it or the drought side of it. But of course, we would enjoy the sunshine a lot more either way. But other than that, we've got cloudy skies for much of the area. A few breaks Tuesday as well as Thursday, hopefully on Thursday. You gotta have your fingers crossed for that. And same thing when it comes to dry weather on Thursday, because the next few looking rather unsettled. More rain this evening, more rain Tuesday, and a better shot for rain on Wednesday. We time it out here in the Skycast. This evening, here comes more rain showers and moisture from the southeast. And then by Tuesday morning, spotty rain showers, maybe some clearing, partial clearing out near Syracuse. And that's our best bet for sunshine over the next 2 to 3 days because in between those sunny skies, there could be a sudden downpour where the instability increases heading into Tuesday evening and Tuesday night. Then Wednesday, our best shot for rain as that low moves over us by the mid-afternoon with scattered rain showers and temperatures in the 60s, cloudy skies, maybe a few partial breaks here and there under the overcast, but then by Thursday, overnight, into early Thursday morning, lingering clouds. Again, hopefully we get some clearing and hopefully the rain is light or even non-existent because by Friday, more rain begins to arrive again as this wet pattern continues on. So again, I mentioned that silver lining earlier, Gary. The lawns are loving it.
Yeah.
It might not be able to mow just yet, but at least for now, it's going to be healthy just in time for mowing it maybe next week, the weekend. I'm just kidding. But hopefully in the near term, we'll get some sunshine.
Yeah,
again.
Mow Thursday.
Mow Thursday? That might
like
be the best bet. Hopefully
Thursday.
the rain's dry.
Eric, thanks. Now to President.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis, and got our runners out there tonight, and the running joke is, how many days in a row are we going to see rain?
It's like the weekend is spilled into the work week, and this is going to just continue at least for the next several days. We're tracking rain showers this evening, temperatures in the upper 50s. For runners, that's actually pretty decent weather. I know it's wet. It's not always the most comfortable weather to be out in, but it beats high heat and humidity for sure. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The rain is coming in from the southeast. That's all thanks to low pressure that's just sitting off the coast, and that's what's going to keep our weather unsettled over the next couple of days. Temperature of 61 degrees. It's cool outside. We're expecting this wet pattern to continue for the next several days. Even if your thunderstorms are possible tomorrow afternoon, we'll talk more about that. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel. A big change in the weather pattern as we look ahead. I'll let you know when things will start to improve, and that's coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Work is picking back.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Stuck at a rut. The weather pattern looking very unsettled over the next couple of days as things really just don't move in the atmosphere. It's live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 61 degrees. There will be some small changes in the weather day to day. Tomorrow, the weather is going to give us a better chance for thunderstorms compared to the past couple of days. We're tracking widespread rain across the region. This is live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The rain is moving in from the southeast, which is an unusual direction. Usually weather moves in from the west or the southwest or the northwest. But this is all based on the overall weather pattern that we'll talk about in a second. Widespread rain in the forecast tomorrow. It's pretty continuous here throughout the week. Scattered in nature Wednesday and Thursday, becoming widespread again Friday. But again, I don't really see much of a break here in terms of the wet weather pattern anytime soon, at least not enough to give us a chance to dry out. Tomorrow, there is the chance for a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center has our area in marginal risk. That's level 1 out of 5. So it's not a big chance. And again, the limiting factor is it's just not going to be warm enough, but it will be just warm enough where we could have a thunderstorm or two. And of course, the primary concerns would be flooding, at least locally heavy rain, along with some gusty winds across the region. Just a reminder, if you don't have our Storm Tracker 2 weather app, it's a great opportunity to download it, and you can get instant warnings, weather warnings to your phone. As we get into thunderstorm season, it is helpful if you're going to be spending time outdoors. It will alert you if lightning is nearby. Temperatures are in the 60s this evening. Little Falls 60 degrees, Westmoreland 60, 57 though in Deansboro. Across the Southern Valley, 60 in Cooperstown, 57 in Oneonta, Unadilla with 63. Low pressure stuck in the atmosphere. We call it a cutoff storm. So it's cut off from the jet stream. There's a big blocking pattern across the United States called an omega block, and that's really just keeping things from moving. So this is going to be our weather pattern for the next several days. Eventually, things will start to dislodge and start moving again as we head into the weekend. Scattered showers this evening, scattered showers tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Some patchy fog is possible. Tomorrow we should see a few breaks of sunshine, the chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. High temperatures climb into the mid to upper 60s. Scattered showers continue on Wednesday. High temperatures in the low 60s. Tonight, showers at a low of 53. Tomorrow, chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, 69. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Things start to change as we head into the weekend. A few lingering showers early Saturday, but then we start to see sunshine and dry weather as we head into Mother's Day as well as Monday. Temperatures will also start to warm up.
All right, good news there. Bill, thank you. The national cast that he's going to share with us.
Yeah, we're talking about a beautiful classroom here. Wonderful kids. I got a chance to meet them today. This is Deerfield Elementary School. This is the second grade class, and as you can see, they were pretty happy with the visit too. Got a chance to talk to them about all kinds of weather. We talked about severe weather safety. We're getting into the summertime, and they had a lot of questions about fascination about hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, ice storms, and it was a great time for them. I know a lot of them are watching tonight along with their parents. Temperatures are going to be in the 60s over the next couple of days. Not really a great stretch of weather to get out and go to recess here. We're looking at showers in the forecast for the next several days. And as you can see, it kind of cools down here as we head into the end of the week. Scattered showers, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's going to stay wet this evening. If you're going to be taking the dog out for a walk, maybe make it a short walk. Tonight's featured dog, Jeeves from Canastota. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. One of the busiest air travel hubs.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are stuck in a very soggy weather pattern. Scattered showers will continue over the next couple of days. This is a live look in Oneonta. This kind of sums up the weekend, sums up today. Cloudy, not really all that comfortable, although it is not cold out. We're sitting at 57 degrees. I guess that is the one positive. Temperatures will be warmer tomorrow. We'll make it into the upper 60s, but it will be still wet. We'll be dealing with more showers. Widespread showers this evening. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These are coming from the southeast. That's an unusual direction to see the weather come from, and that's because of low pressure, and basically things are stuck in the atmosphere, and we are not looking at very much change here. In fact, this pattern is what's called an omega block, where we have two areas of low pressure on each side of the coast, one on the west coast, one on the east coast, and the pattern just doesn't move. It's going to stay like this for the next several days, and on this side of the blocking pattern, we're underneath that area of low pressure, which means we're going to have scattered showers. And with that being said, it's tough to get the lawn cut in this weather pattern. Very tricky and really not recommended just because it's going to be so wet and we're not going to get a chance to dry out. So the MoCast is more like a no-cast here, at least for the next couple of days. But looking ahead, there will be some opportunities to cut the lawn. The MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Skywatchers checking in. Clinton 60 degrees, Boonville 59, Barneveld 59 degrees, Norway 60, Jeff and Mohawk 59, Mark and Milford with 61. An area of low pressure, again, sitting off the Atlantic coast, producing widespread rain. Small changes in the weather tomorrow. We're going to get into the warmer side of things, warmer being relative. We're going to see scattered showers tonight. Tomorrow, temperatures climb into the upper 60s, and there is a very small chance that we could have a few pop-up thunderstorms. And in this sort of environment, some of them could produce gusty winds and locally heavy rain. This best timing of this happening would be in the afternoon time. Again, even a few breaks of sunshine are possible, although I wouldn't bank on it. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s. It will be noticeably warmer and a touch humid. Low pressure moves in from the south, and we're tracking scattered showers throughout Wednesday. Wednesday looks cloudy, slightly cooler too, with high temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Showers tonight, low of 53. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms, 69. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Scattered showers on Wednesday, 65. Small chance of a shower Thursday. Left it off the 7-day for now. Looks like the rain becomes more widespread on Friday and lingers into Saturday morning, but the long range does show a drying pattern as we head into the weekend and beyond, and some warmer weather too, with highs in the low 70s by Monday. We'll be right back.
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. You might as well just paint the whole monitor green.
It's just the weekend weather is coming right into this week, and it's just going to linger around like a nasty head cold. We're tracking scattered showers across the region this evening. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. There are going to be some changes in the weather. While it stays wet, there's going to be a better chance for a few thunderstorms tomorrow, and it does look a little bit warmer than today. 60 degrees the current temperature. An east wind at 15 miles an hour. So again, not the most pleasant day to be outdoors, but it's not all that cold outside. A wet pattern continues. Scattered thunderstorms are possible tomorrow afternoon, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And again, we're going to be tracking that coming up. Some showers this evening, temperatures in the 50s. I'll let you know when the weather pattern starts to break. Look at the forecasts coming out. Kristen, back to you.
New at 6, Governor Hochul.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We are stuck in a rut weather-wise. Cloud showers will continue this evening. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. Rain continues to fall, a temperature of 60 degrees. The rain's coming in from the southeast, which is an unusual direction to see that. Usually our weather patterns come in from the west, northwest, or southwest, but things are stuck in the atmosphere, and this area of low pressure is going to continue to drive our weather over the next couple of days. I wanted to give a shout out to Deerfield Elementary School. I got a chance to visit the second graders today. A nice group of kids, very interested in weather, very excited to learn about tornadoes and thunderstorms and kind of getting them ready for severe weather season, what to do when the weather gets bad. The weather, not terrible here. We're still tracking some rain showers here tomorrow. We just don't get a break. The weather is going to stay very active here with scattered showers Wednesday and Thursday. The rain becomes widespread on Friday. There is a small chance tomorrow of a few pop-up thunderstorms. That is the difference between today and tomorrow. There could be a few storms. There's a marginal risk for severe weather, and it's primarily from Utica and south and east. That means a level 1 out of 5 in terms of the risk for severe weather with gusty winds and locally heavy rain possible. So it is one of those days where there's a very small chance. Not anything to worry about here, but something to just keep in mind, especially if we get any breaks of sunshine. It actually could be a warm day. Temperatures this evening in the low 60s, Whitesboro 63, Barneveld 59. Jeff and Mohawk 59 degrees, and Worcester, Carroll with 60. Low pressure just stuck to our south and east. It's going to continue to drive our weather tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. An overall blocking pattern in the jet stream keeps things from moving. Actually, you can see a secondary area of low pressure to the west. So it's going to take a while before we get a chance to have consecutive days rain-free. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, widespread rain tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow, it rains less than today. There will be more scattered showers. And again, a couple of breaks of sunshine are possible. And that could help temperatures climb into the upper 60s, but it also increases our chances for a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. Widespread rain showers continue into tomorrow night as well as Wednesday. Temperatures Wednesday afternoon climb into the mid-60s. Showers tonight, low 53. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, high of 69. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mid-60s Wednesday. We'll cool down into the upper 50s Thursday and Friday. Steadier rain Friday afternoon. That lingers into Saturday, but there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Mother's Day, Monday, sunshine, some dry weather ahead.
All right, good deal. Bill, thank you. Still to come here.
The forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Look at this guy.
Right up close and personal.
Yeah, hummingbirds are back.
Love
This
it.
picture from Lisa in Schuyler. We're getting a lot of people seeing these over the weekend, and they have returned to central New York. Always good to see that. Big bird migration with some of the relatively warmer weather that has arrived here in central New York. Of course, it's been nothing but cool and wet weather recently, and we're continuing to track widespread rain on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're going to be stuck in this weather rut for a couple of days. Current temperature 58 degrees, cloudy skies, light rain, and east wind at 8 miles an hour. We're expecting temperatures to remain in the 60s for the most part, although tomorrow we could hit 70 if we get enough sunshine. But in general, the weather stays unsettled. Showers tonight, temperatures in the low 50s. There's a chance we could see a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Governor Hochul has adopted.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Well, this camera kind of explains the day we've had. Well, really the past couple of days we've had. Just a dreary weather pattern in place. Cloudy skies, rain showers, the temperature in downtown Utica 58. It's not super cold, but it's not really all that warm. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're continuing to see bands of rain working in from the southeast of all places. We have an area of low pressure that's situated off the coast, and it's been bringing in rain. This is an unusual direction to have rain. Usually things come in from the west, but we're in this stuck jet stream pattern. You have two areas of low pressure. This is called an omega block. The whole country is seeing the jet stream just stuck in place, and we are on the low side of things, low pressure side, which means we're going to continue to see some rain showers here in the forecast for the next several days. Widespread tomorrow, scattered Wednesday and Thursday, widespread rain expected Friday. Our severe weather risk. Well, you have the chance for a few pop-up thunderstorms tomorrow. The risk for severe weather is low, but it's not zero. We are under what's called marginal risk, so that's level 1 out of 5. Could see some gusty winds. Again, some isolated stronger storms are possible tomorrow. Not the norm, but also not something that we can completely write off. You can get weather alerts to your phone by downloading the Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Even if we don't have severe weather tomorrow, it will still alert you when there's lightning nearby or heavy rain, which is very helpful when spending time outdoors. Not a great stretch of weather to cut the lawn. The mowcast is not looking great, again, because of the wet weather. Our mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. I know a lot of people are chomping at the bit to get the lawn mowed, but again, this is not the kind of weather pattern you want to do that in. Cloudy skies, showers, again, low pressure continuing to drive our weather. We'll see on and off rain showers tonight. Overnight lows drop into the mid-50s. Tomorrow features not as much rain. In fact, we could even see a few breaks of sunshine tomorrow. That will help bring temperatures into the upper 60s. That also gives us the chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Scattered showers tomorrow night. On Wednesday, more clouds and showers. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 60s. Showers tonight, low 53. Tomorrow, a warmer day, a touch humid, a high temperature of 69. Scattered thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers Wednesday, 65. Mostly dry Thursday, 58. Mid 50s Friday, widespread rain. Showers Saturday morning, but then we finally get a chance to dry out. Looking ahead to Mother's Day and beyond. Warmer temperatures as well. We'll be right back.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. You know the warm weather's coming when these guys show up.
It is a nice sight to see. The hummingbirds are back. We're excited for that. They're migrating into central New York, a sign that getting into the spring. This picture from Lisa and Skylar taking over the weekend. Very excited for that, even though the weather is not really all that great. That's spring for you here in central New York. We get into these weather patterns that are just very stubborn, and we're in one of them now. Of course, we can see this on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. More rain out there. We're going to continue to see rain showers here as we head into tonight, along with the next couple of days, as we have an area of low pressure that's just stuck right over our area. Current temperature 57 degrees, an east wind at 10 miles an hour. We're into the upper 60s tomorrow. We have the chance to see a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Some cooler weather in the forecast as we head into the end of the week. Rain showers tonight, low temperature of 53. Again, tracking unsettled weather, but I'll let you know when things start to change and look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Governor Hochul.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Well, it's just been a soggy stretch of weather here in central New York. We've got a stalled area of low pressure, and we're tracking rain again tonight. This is live look in downtown Utica. The rain is coming from the southeast. This is live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. That's unusual. A lot of the time, the rain comes from the west, the northwest, the southwest. But this is coming in from the southeast, and the reason why is because, again, we have that storm system stalled over our area. We have something called an omega block. It kind of looks like the Greek letter omega, with low pressure in the eastern United States as well as western United States. This type of weather pattern, a blocking pattern, means things don't move, and that means we will continue to see unsettled weather here over the next couple of days. Widespread rain tomorrow, taking the form of a few thunderstorms. Showers are going to be in the forecast here for the next several days. Tomorrow will be a little bit different. There's going to be some energy in the atmosphere that could produce a few thunderstorms that have the possibility of producing some gusty winds and locally heavy rain. So we're watching that tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center has Central New York in what's called marginal risk, which is level 1 out of 5. So it's a low risk, but it's not a zero risk. So we do have to watch things. And just a reminder, if you want to get weather alerts to your phone, even if we don't have any alerts tomorrow, any warnings, our weather app will alert you if lightning is nearby or if heavy rain is nearby. So it's helpful when you're outdoors to get an early heads up on when the weather could dramatically change. Rain showers will be around for the next several days, which means it's not good weather to mow the lawn. Our mowcast is not looking great, but we will have better chances to mow the lawn later in the week, especially towards the weekend. Our mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Bigger picture shows low pressure stalled off the coast. This will be our weather here for the next couple of days. Showers tonight, overnight lows drop down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow we should see some breaks of sunshine. It starts out gloomy, a few showers, but the weather does improve. High temperatures in the upper 60s, but again, any sunshine is going to help fuel the atmosphere, which could create a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. Temperatures will drop into the 50s tomorrow night. Showers linger into Wednesday. Clouds, highs in the low to mid 60s. Showers tonight, low of 53. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms, a high of 69. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers on Wednesday, 65. An isolated sprinkle Thursday, mostly dry, 58. Widespread rain Friday. And that lingers into Saturday. Mother's Day Monday. Our one and only shot of 2 dry days in a row, at least for the next 7 days.
Sunday and Monday. And looking further ahead, I've seen some of your models on Facebook.
Looking better.
Looking better, maybe
Looking
even warmer.
much warmer. We'll see.
All right, we'll see. All right, thank you, Bill. I ain't